So in other standard microeconomic courses, you may have seen the concept of risk neutrality, risk aversion, and risk-loving behavior. This is not anything new with regards to behavioral economics, but I want to cover this subject again here so that when you get to loss aversion, you notice the difference that happens there. So the whole idea behind risk neutrality, risk aversion, and risk loving is based on whether you prefer a certain outcome to an uncertain outcome. So giving you guys an example, let's say you have the choice of either winning $100, winning nothing, or getting $50 with certainty. And your choice of winning or losing is based on a coin flip, so it's a 50-50 chance. If you are risk neutral, you would equally like the two options. You'll either take the 0 or 100 option or the 50 option. You don't really care. If you're risk averse, you'll much prefer the $50 certain outcome to the 0-100 outcome. If you're risk loving, well then you'll prefer the situation where you have the possibility of getting 100, even though you have the possibility of getting 0, over the option of getting $50 with certainty. The thing to note with risk aversion and risk neutrality, maybe when you're listening to this example, you're thinking, well, I prefer taking the risk. I'd love to give it a shot. That's fair. That might be the case for small amounts in this nature, but let's say we put it in thousands of dollars. Now we take the same example, but instead of being 0 and 100, it's 0 and 100,000, and the certain outcome is 50,000. Do you still prefer to go with the outcome that has some level of risk, that you could either get 0 or 100,000 or the $50,000 now? And we notice that in the second case, wherein there's more money involved, most people are risk averse. They will prefer the 50,000 outcome with certainty to that option of a 50-50 chance of getting 0 or 100,000. So this is the idea behind risk aversion. If you're a risk lover, you would prefer that risky option. And if you're risk neutral, you're indifferent between the two. So this was just a good little intro to the idea that some people are fearful of gains or losses that are uncertain. But when we get to loss aversion, we're going to see that gains and losses are not felt and perceived the same way. Whereas this concept of risk aversion was just talking about certain outcomes to uncertain outcomes. Most people prefer certain outcomes to uncertain outcomes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this brief intro into risk aversion. I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you found this video interesting, please consider subscribing or joining my class where I guide you to apply and expand on the information found in these videos to real life examples. Have a good day.